Hey gang, welcome back to 31 Days of Halloween, and today, day number 16, we shall be talking about one of my absolute favorite monster films, modern monster films, Pumpkinhead. This is a Scream Factory release. It's got double-sided cover. I chose this one because this is one of my favorite posters that they've ever done. It is signed by Dick Warlock, who a lot of people know as Michael Myers from Part 2. He also was in here for a short bit. He's towards the beginning, he's the one trying to get in the door, and the family won't let him in because, you know, they know what Pumpkinhead's trying to do. Pumpkinhead's fairly simple. Directed by Stan Winston, who is an absolute... was a master of his craft. One, if not the only film he directed, and it's been one of my favorites since the very first time I've seen it. The story basically it stars Lance Henriksen and a whole bunch of other people. Lance Henriksen and his little son run a roadside market, and some asshole kids come by with their motorcycles and stuff like that and decide to, you know, get off and like ride their bikes through the mud and jump and do all kind of dumb shit when Lance Henriksen's character has to go deliver some food to a patron. Leaves his son in charge with the dog. Of course, we need a sad part to cause this revenge film to happen. So the little boy is killed by the main idiot of the group, who tragically hits him with his bike. Everybody else scatters to kind of, you know, get their bearings straight and stuff like that. Basically chasing the lead guy because, you know, it's an accident. You don't need to run. But this guy's got alcohol in his system. He's already got prior bullshit. One guy stays behind. Lance gets back home or back to the store and finds out that his son has been killed. And you can just see not only the pain in his eye, but the absolute anger and whatever else you would feel at that moment. Goes and visits an old witch in the woods who instructs him to go to this graveyard and dig up a body on top of a body in the graveyard, telling him he'll know which one it is when he sees it. So, with a little bit of magic and stuff like that, comes Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is probably 8-9 foot tall monster. If you've never seen him, he is very, very, very freaky. And his whole purpose is to hunt down and kill everybody that was part of this killing of his son. Now, that's the gist of the story. The film, as it's gone on throughout the years, every time I watch it, doesn't necessarily get better. It's still the same for me. I still just love it for what it is. I really enjoy monster films. And Pumpkinhead, I think, is a ingenious monster. There are 4 sequels. Is there 4 sequels or 3 sequels? 3 sequels. I think there's 4 total. They don't get any better than this. They all have the same aspect to them. They all are revenge films with the monster. This one just happens to be way above what the other ones are. The killings are great in this. They really do entertain as far as the monster killings. I did watch Ian's video on this, and he had mentioned something about Pumpkinhead looks like he's on a rail system at sometimes. And I never really thought of that until he said that, and I have to totally agree that that's, at some points, that's what it is. I know that there's a person in a costume for certain parts of it, but yeah, he does seem like he might be on a rail of some type, or maybe even just an upper body at some points, which I'm sure that's the case, and gets the killing done. So great film in my mind. I absolutely adore this film. Still holds up after all these years for me. Being a fan of Stan Winston's work, I really, really appreciate a lot of the special effects in this. And you can see his art is very present in this. So if you've never seen Pumpkinhead, make sure you check out this sometime. If not this Halloween, sometime. You can find it almost anywhere. I know it's on, I believe it's on Hulu right now. So you can check it there. But yep, Pumpkinhead. The only problem with Pumpkinhead is there's always a price to pay, Ed Harley. Always a price to pay. So, with that, I'll see you tomorrow with day 16. Later.